Christmas Eve service after their drummer recently died from COVID. Wishing all our loved ones, neighbors and friends across the country lighting their first candle tonight a beautiful and #happy Hanukkah. What's wrong with wishing us a Merry Christmas? Because it's the first night of Hanukkah and not Christmas yet. During this pandemic, you really see who your real friends are, who's checking up on you, making sure are okay. Remember that when all this over, I feel like we need to constantly remind ourselves that the entire world does not revolve around us. Testing people's loyalties during a pandemic is narcissistic. Medicare for all would abolish private insurance. There's no precedent in American history. Oh no, not my beloved private insurance, which increases 10% to 20% every year, costs more than my mortgage did, and doesn't cover anything until I've paid $13,000 first. I've known people that wear a mask religiously and have still gotten the virus. I've known people who obey speed limits and traffic lights still get into car accidents. People who didn't smoke got long answer. How many helmeted kids get hurt on their bikes? The fact that no safety precaution is 100% effective is not an excuse to act irresponsible. Pope Francis. Christians and Muslims are brothers and sisters, and we must act as such. Why don't you ask Muslims to convert to Christianity? Please read John 14:6. Did you seriously just ask the Pope to read the Bible? Statistically speaking, if 3 million people are getting the vaccine, one of them will die in a car crash on the way home. Which means my idiot aunt is going to Facebook message me that the vaccine causes car accidents. Me, I fixed your Wi-Fi. Demace's lady, no you didn't. Me, yes I did. Demace's lady, well how come my home Wi-Fi isn't showing? Me, because you're not at home. Stupid ace people I deal with bruh. If I lost, I'd very gracious loser. If I lost, I would say I lost and I'd go to Florida and I'd take it easy. Trump. I'm a black gay guy and I can personally say that Obama did nothing for me, my life only a little bit, and it was for the worse. Everything is so much better under Trump though. I feel respected, which I never do when Democrats are involved. Can't wait to get my $600 stimulus check and immediately send it to a credit card company where it will disappear without a trace and not stimulate a shot. I plan to use $400 to open a restaurant. The rest I'll use as a down payment on a house. I'm not fighting for me, I'm fighting for the 74 million people, not including the many Trump ballots were tossed. A record for a sitting president. Who voted for me? 80 million people say pack your shut. School districts says no pajamas for online classes. LMFAO. What y'all gonna do? Send them home? A girl keeps sending my local news station screenshots of the landscape from Red Dead Redemption 2 for their out and about news segment. And they keep putting it on the news thinking it's a photo. Bella, I salute you. Not every job should have a living wage. That is not healthy for society. It is not healthy for someone making ice cream cones at Dairy Queen to make enough to live off of. You want a society that actually can't live off these jobs. So, how are those working these jobs meant to live? And more importantly, how will I get ice cream at Dairy Queen when all the people working for them died? The last few months for Rudy Giuliani. 1. Gets caught, allegedly, undoing his pants in a Borat movie. 2. Hosts and election fraud presser at Four Seasons Total Landscaping. 3. Sweats so much his hair dye melts. 4. Audibly farts in a hearing. 5. Tests positive for COVID-19. An icon. The image they don't want you to see. A 1G cell tower during the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. We live in a system where the people who most fervently denied and downplayed the crown virus are among the first to receive the vaccine. This is so despicable. I love this girl on TikTok who was like, no matter how times someone explains it to me, I will never understand why we can just print more money. If we print more money then it loses its value. Then just make it not. Lol, I thought humans made the rules. The real question is, if you knew you couldn't afford, then why call the ambulance in the first place? My man. Holy shit. Conspiracy theorist. 30. Died of crown virus. after trying to catch it to prove it was fake. Americans keep saying, well, China is lying about their Cupid numbers. As if the governor of Florida didn't just send a Gestapo unit to pull guns on a scientist who refused to lie about the numbers. Biggest animals in the world only eat plants. The biggest animal that has ever existed, the blue whale, only eat krill, which is another animal. Before entering, employees or customers are not required to wear masks. We use the strongest protection possible. Guard. If you catch the Cupid-19, that is between you and him. Americans built this country, and we don't need to import a third world sleeves class to make it successful. Imagine not realizing that your nation through its history has been successful thanks to cheap labor from slaves, indentured servants, immigrants. Someone told me my videos are boring and too short, so he doesn't enjoy watching them, but he wants them to last longer. Doctors say Rudy Giuliani's white blood cells count was low, but he's demanding a recount. White blood cells, because he is white, I get it, race. I suppose his blood cells would be yellow if he was Chinese. Holy shut your ducking moron, LMFAO. Are you Asian? Yep. So what kind of niece are you? Niece. Chinese. Japanese. Vietnamese. Koreanese. Philippinese. Are you twins in real life? No, it's quite a weird story. We met at the audition. A few years ago I had someone literally refuse to vaccinate their horse because they thought it would cause autism in the horse. System of a Down had raised nearly $1 million for Armenia with new singles. Why don't they help with the problems in their own country first before they worry about another? They are Armenian. Kuwaiti police has shut down a fish store that was sticking googly eyes on fish to make them appear more fresh than they are. Atheists, if God isn't real, how do you explain walking on water? Can you walk on water like Jesus? Yes. Show me a video of you walking on water. I don't need to. You just need to have faith that I did. Bill Nye perfectly shut down the bogus science of anti-maskers in a viral TikTok. I used to like him. I went so far to get his autograph for my children. Dude is bought and paid for the Democratic Party. My ears won't hear another thing he says. His science doesn't match my science. Mind the clam, the world's oldest animal at 507, was killed by researchers trying to tell how old it was. Man locked inside 24-hour fitness after closing. Give me liberty or give me death. So you have chosen death. Why did you put cold water in there? I thought cold water was supposed to boil faster than hot water, chef. I nominate the guy Trump-splaining how it's actually illegal to ask people to wear masks in stores while wearing a 911 never forget t-shirt on a day the crown virus killed as many Americans as 911 for my 2020 moment of the year. Hey jackass, we use miles per hour in this country. Wheels is an Australian magazine. We use metric measurements. You're on the internet, which is American. Therefore you can use American the best measurement. Actually the World Wide Web was first developed in CERN. I don't blame you for not knowing that. You're apparently an American. BMW is a man's car. Mercedes is for women. Cars are made for whoever the can afford them. DeVos slams free college push, calls it a socialist takeover of higher education. Tuition-free public colleges a dangerous socialist takeover of higher ed, as opposed to the far superior capitalist takeover of higher ed, which reliably buries millions of Americans in trillions of dollars in debt, and graduates them into low-paying jobs without good healthcare. My local mega church posted this last weekend, revealing, if nothing else, idiot, carbon dioxide is plant fertilizer. It's what every plant on the earth breathes in, and in return we get oxygen. Carbon dioxide is a good thing. Fool. We need water to live, to drink, but too much water kills by drowning. Similar analogy. Oregon doctor who refused to wear mask has medical license suspended. Dr. Stephen Lachalip said at pro-Trump rally that neither he nor his staff wears masks in their clinic. The state has suspended his medical license indefinitely. Saudi Arabia accidentally printed thousands of textbooks containing this image of Yoda sitting next to King Faisal while he signed the 1945 UN Charter. Do men still open car doors? How do you think we get inside? Christmas lights keep turning off, so I did this. Hopefully now they'll stay on for the Christmas season. The kids asked if they could write "Let It Snow" on the windows. The bottom is what can be seen from the road. Please don't message my family or friends just to try get in contact with me. It's really disrespectful. There is an enormous demonstration going on at Stanford Hospital right now, carried out by staff who are protesting the decision by higher ups to give vaccines to some administrators and physicians who are at home and not in contact with patients instead of frontline workers. We trust God. Dark clouds can't cover sun. Good will defeat evil. This is literally what dark clouds do. One contains a microchip constantly recording wherever you go and everything you do or say. The other is a life-saving vaccine created by scientists. Just held a person's hand as they died alone, without their family or loved ones by their side. Glad you enjoyed your meal. Just had a large group over to lunch, and we hugged, and ate and talked, and put the world to rights. Thank you Adriel Donald Trump for banning cotton produced by forced dual labor. The US will not support companies that profit off of slave labor. People who stopped using Reddit, what's the reason you left? They can't really answer this, you know, since they're gone. Should we tell him? Oh wait a second. Do these people just not know who's president right now? Budget airline wants to remove all the seats from its planes and make passengers stand. What's next? We gotta push the damn plane to build up speed on the runway. I've asked so many people if they know anyone who has had Cupid. Hardly anyone. 2 people knew someone, not close, who died. Without daily news would we even know there was an epidemic? There you are bloody lucky. Son had it, and after effects for 8 weeks, no underlying anything. Elderly father had it but amazingly recovered. You knew you would get these replies. Sorry, my whole family has had it. An anti-gay Hungarian politician has resigned after being caught by police fleeing a 25-man urge through a window. No thanks, I don't need a vaccine for a virus I ain't got. Vaccines are specifically for viruses you don't have. You managed to demonstrate a complete lack of understanding in one sentence, which is actually quite impressive. Why the duck is it scheduled so late? Well, they can't do a night race in the middle of the day. Joe Biden, our country is in the middle of a dramatic spike of COVID-19 cases. Please wear a mask, keep social distancing, and limit the size of any groups. It's our patriotic duty as Americans. Donald J. Trump. See you tonight at 7 p.m. Georgia. Homosexual people have the right to be in a family. They are children of God, Pope Francis said in one of his sit-down interviews for the film. He is not a true Catholic. He is literally the Pope.